when I've got like this image of being social, to me it's like being together around a table, playing a board game or drinking a beer, or just being there, being together.
That ability or that want to connect with other people. It's all about connecting and collaborating. Not necessarily feeling comfortable with other people, but helping other people to feel comfortable with you.
Creating time to be social with other human beings who don't necessarily have to be your friends, but to connect to people, which I think we do way less in this digital age.
I really I don't count like phone conversations or stuff like this as being social. Of course it's like a good medium nowadays, to, let's say, if you're in a far distance situation, to communicate with, let's say, your parents or other friends from different places, it's nice, but I really prefer to meet with people, talk to them.
If you don't want to get trapped into an antisocial lifestyle, then find people, be there and be with other people.
It's very easy to enclose yourself into a life, and just when you finish your responsibilities, you hide into a shell. It's about being surrounded by other people, about wanting to be with other people. It's about sharing things with others.
The only thing that concerns me personally is when it's, for example, exam period. But everybody's kind of focused on their studies and focused on themselves. Like the social life, let's say, suffers under that. But besides that, just going out, just meeting friends, just maintaining friendships. This is how you maintain a social life.
Be aware of where you are at that moment. So if you're talking to someone or you're being with people or at a place, just to be there and be in that conversation, and to not get distracted by social media or a like you get on Instagram or something.
When I get the feeling that I get trapped in an anti-social lifestyle, I always force myself to go to new places in the city, like new cool bars or like a cinema or places where I've never been before. And I was always trying to meet new people there and just show interest in them, and I think that's really important.
Yeah, most of the times when I'm with people around that most of the people don't know each other, and it seems to be a little awkward. It often happens that people grab their phones because they don't know what to do.
It happened just the other day where a friend and myself were meeting again, and we haven't seen each other in a while, and she just grabbed her phone after half an hour and just talked to other people. I was like, whoa, this is rude. You're here with me, we haven't talked to each other in so long. So yeah, I think that's really rude to do that.
And I still remember one time I was walking in the street, and I was on my phone, just with my face down like this, and there was a woman coming out walking from a bakery. She said to me like, "Hey, you miss such a lot of beautiful things outside. I mean, do you see those birds flying there?" And I was like, "Oh shit, it's actually true." And it was just a small moment, but I still have that moment in mind. And when I'm walking with my phone or I see other people doing it, I'm always thinking about that moment.
I miss the things that make life really nice for me. So if I'm on my phone too much, at the end of the day I think back like, oh, what beautiful moments did I experience today? And it's like, I don't know, just read something on Facebook, and it doesn't really make me happy, the feeling that you're just looking into the sunset or the sunrise and really don't miss that. It makes me really happy.
What I think is the worst is if you try to multitask and be on your phone and at the same time talk to your friend, because then you don't really pay attention. So rather just finish it and then be back.
People who were about to have an anti-social lifestyle because they were foreigners. They came out of a different country. They came to MasMas and they just started talking to people, and it was quite wicked. Yeah.
We have a lot of foreigners in MasMas, and it's really hard, like if you're on the other side of the world, to feel at home, I think. And a lot of people have that struggle, but it's really nice to see that people who are in MasMas feel at home there, and they feel like we do something for them, and that's what really makes me happy.
I had some struggle when I came to Groningen, really to, let's say, find the real people, but like real friends, sorry. But I feel like I wouldn't blame anybody on it. I just feel like everybody that comes into the city, obviously, like in my study, many Germans, many people that are not from here, they are in a new environment and have to figure themselves out in a new context. And I feel that I as well, like, you know, had struggled with it, and really finding you guys, you know, like definitely elevated also my life quality in this town.
All the people who are there are just so comfortable to be with, and you can just be yourself, as in if you're sad, you can be sad, and people will make you happy there.
At MasMas I can be 100% myself, and I think there's no other place in the world where it is like that. So if people see me in MasMas, they can be 100% sure that it's 100% Brian and not someone else, or that I'm trying to avoid something, or that I'm trying to hide something. It's 100% myself.
I am quite passive sometimes, not always, but 50% of me is passive, and I like to be passive here because that's who I am, and then I'm just gonna sit here and just do my thing, and then sometimes people just ask me things and they help me actually to be more extrovert.
MasMas can be weird. I guess that's the thing. Because it doesn't matter what you are, who you are. I guess it's just like everybody is themselves. And as long as everybody's themselves, you see the weird parts of people. It's fun. That's fun.
So the idea was that first of all it was a place for youngsters by youngsters. Then we realised that there were also a lot of adults and you know, even up to sort of 80 years old and beyond, that wanted to be that still felt young, and they wanted to enjoy the MasMas vibe and the connection and what we said earlier, the social part of this. You know, the being able to connect and collaborate, and when we saw that so many different types of people could feel comfortable in the same space, you know, no difference in the atmosphere, that was when we realised that really everyone can be themselves and they can feel at home, and yeah, MasMas, you can be yourself.
Really interested in you and in everybody who comes there. It doesn't matter how old you are or who you are, or everybody who comes there will feel like home.
And there was a girl, she was called Bella, and she came to MasMas a lot, and we talked a lot the weeks before and the months before, and she also felt really at home. And then we sat down, and she told me she never felt so at home somewhere in the Netherlands as in MasMas, and she would really like to thank us for that. And it was really really good experience, because I felt recognized for the things that I did. You know, you really try to make somebody feel comfortable and feel at home, and then they tell you you help a lot. So that's what really made me happy. Yeah.
Because there's a lot of energy going on, but a lot of warm, cozy, good vibes, you know, so it's nice.
But the cool thing about creating a place where everyone wants to talk, or where you've got communicative people around you, where what we were talking about earlier, being sociable, you know, if you've got productive, proactive, communicative, collaborative people around you, then it's very difficult to hide in your shell and just sit there with a mobile. And you only do that when there's something that's not interesting enough to focus your attention elsewhere.
In MasMas there is a very positive energy. There are a lot of people just having fun and having conversations and laughing, playing board games, for example. Just everybody really interacting with each other, and that's really nice.
in MasMas there are a lot of different people, and that really attracts me. I think that's one of the reasons I like to come there. Yeah, I love to come to MasMas.